Yo guys, how's it going? And welcome back to a new video. And today for you guys, we are reacting. I have not reacted in like 3-4 months maybe. Like it's been all of 2022 and I have not done a single reaction, which is weird because I went through like a whole phase of just reacting to stuff. But anyway, today we are reacting to Watch Mojo's The Batman Ending Explained. I literally just saw Batman last night with my roommates. It was amazing. I probably have a favorite Batman now, along with a favorite Catwoman, but that's a different story. But yeah, no, the Batman movie was really good, and honestly, there's a lot of stuff I actually don't know what happened, so I'm probably gonna have to watch it like 5-6 more times, you know. Or I could watch this video right here and have someone just explain it to me. That being said, guys, this video does have spoilers, obviously. I mean, it's titled The Batman Ending. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for all the support you guys show, and yeah, let's just get right into the reaction.
It can be cruel, poetic, or blind. But when it's denied, it's your violence you may find. Justice.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're discussing the ending of The Batman.
Bruce Wayne.
Fantastic.
A millionaire head of that disgusting, do-gooding Wayne Foundation. Delicious.
For this video, we're dissecting the ending of Matt
Okay.
Reeves' first Batman movie and what it could mean for future installments. You
Okay.
don't need to be a master detective to know that there will be spoilers.
No dip.
What did you think of The Batman? Let us know in the
Fantastic.
comments.
I loved it.
The king, and Riddler's the match.
Tim Burton's Batman and Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins both ended on triumphant notes, with The Dark Knight saving the day. Reeves' foray into Batman takes a bleaker turn, with the
Yeah.
Riddler essentially winning.
He did. He was untouched the entire movie.
The enigmatic villain successfully sets off a series of bombs around Gotham, flooding the city. While Batman saves newly elected Mayor Bella Real and numerous others, Gotham is thrown into turmoil when we last see it. With Carmine Falcone out of the way, Colin Farrell's Penguin is left in a prime position to step up as the new Kingpin and take over the vulnerable city.
Take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
The ending sets up a sequel that could draw inspiration from two well-known
Okay, so
comic
there
books.
is
I
gonna be
don't
another
care
one.
what
Alright,
happens
cool.
to me.
That's good.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Published in 1999, Batman No Man's Land followed the aftermath of a 7.6 earthquake that hit Gotham. Just
Oh.
as the military arrives to
I didn't
provide
know this.
aid at the end of The Batman, the comic storyline sees the U.S. government evacuate Gotham and close off the city, declaring it No Man's Land.
For the last time, after the bridges blew and the government declared Gotham off limits, the city was up for grabs, given over to criminals.
Numerous villains, including Penguin, remain behind to seize control. Elements
Okay.
of this story have carried over to other Batman properties like the Arkham
Couple
City
by.
game, the Harley Quinn animated series, and even The Dark Knight Rises. Whereas The Batman primarily draws inspiration from The Long Halloween, the sequel may be Reeves' answer to No Man's Land.
We understand the situation.
You don't understand. If you did, you would do something. Just say we're on our own.
The ending of The Batman shares even more in common with Zero Year, which reworked the Caped Crusader's backstory for the New 52.
Riddler's latest. It's all about the Waynes. If we don't stand up, no one will.
This storyline
The
also
cat.
provides an origin of sorts for the Riddler, who blows up the city's reservoir and floods Gotham, just like in Reeves' film. One difference is that Riddler temporarily takes over Gotham following the flood in Zero Year. The Batman
Really?
sees the Riddler apprehended and locked up before Gotham is flooded.
Sorry, real quick. This scene was too funny to me just for the fact that he's sipping coffee. Like, man did everything you wanted to do, and he's just sipping coffee in a random coffee shop. And he's like, oh no, you caught me. It's a goated villain. Like, he did a really good job in this film. I didn't expect, like, well, I kind of did expect it. It's the Riddler, like, you know, you have to be a good Riddler. You can't just be bad at riddles, you know what I mean? But, no, yeah, he did a really good job, like the actor himself. But, oh man. Yeah, no, the Riddler in the movie, he wins. Like, he basically wins the entire thing, and it's crazy. It is crazy.
The Riddler watches the madness unfold from his cell, but Gotham seems destined to forget about him after that. If the Riddler can find a partner in crime, perhaps he can make a comeback.
I'm just here to unmask the truth about this cesspool we call a city. You're part of this too.
At Arkham Hospital, the Riddler strikes up a conversation with another inmate in the adjacent cell.
You came. I've been trying to reach you.
While we hear the unnamed prisoner's voice, we only see parts of his face. The prisoner drops two major clues pertaining to his identity, however.
Yeah. So it is Joker.
He
right?
laughs maniacally and directly references a clown. While he doesn't have the green hair or white face yet, it is strongly implied that Riddler's new friend is going to be the Joker.
I can see
Cool.
happy about it.
I wasn't sure if it was Joker, because at first I'm like, oh, it has to be Joker, He talks about clowns, he starts laughing, it's Joker. Then they show his face for half a second, and it's like really scarred. And I get it, Joker's face could definitely be really scarred. But I was like, is this Two-Face or Joker? That's the only thing that threw me off, just like the tiny little like exposure on his face. But anyway, yeah, no, it's definitely, I think it's gotta be Joker. And if Joker and Riddler are teaming up, this is not gonna be a fun day for Batman. He's already not lost, but he's lost once basically, so this is not gonna be good for him.
Now, I must dash.
From Jack Nicholson to Heath Ledger to Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker has primarily acted as a lone wolf in his cinematic outings.
When we spoke earlier, you mentioned that this look is not a political statement. Is that right?
That's right, Mary. I'm not political. I'm just trying to make people laugh.
This movie's too amazing.
A Joker-Riddler team-up would be a
movie's
fresh
too amazing.
approach for the sequel to take. Both characters have similar MOs, but they're just different enough to stand out from each other.
You're mad, Riddler. But the minute Batman spots her, he'll bop her with a batarang. You don't understand, Joker.
The pairing honestly makes more sense than Riddler and Two-Face in Batman Forever. It's worth noting that the Clown Prince of Crime plays an essential role in No Man's Land, establishing his own territory called Jokerville, kidnapping Gotham's babies, and killing Sarah Essen Gordon.
This man laughing.
Of course, we might be getting ahead of ourselves. It's not like the unnamed prisoner had a Joker card teasing his inevitable arrival.
Waves a calling card.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
This character could be any number of Batman villains. While the Joker is the most obvious candidate, we could also see this being Calendar Man given this film's long Halloween ties.
So,
Really?
a killer who only works on holidays. And it's December 24th.
Robert Pattinson even mentioned that he'd like for his Batman to fight Calendar Man someday. In one of his video messages, the Riddler drops a not-so-subtle reference to Hush, who is introduced as Dr. Thomas Elliot in the original comic arc. The animated adaptation of that 12-issue series reworked the character, making Hush and Riddler one and the same.
I needed a new persona. My true identity had to be kept hush-hush.
So a Riddler-Hush team-up wouldn't be out of the blue. Reeves has expressed interest in introducing a grounded version of Mr. Freeze as well.
Hello, Victor.
I really want a Mr. Freeze. I know other people don't, but I do.
How am I feeling? I'm locked in a freezer. How do you think I'm feeling?
We don't think
How
the
am I
unnamed
feeling?
prisoner is Dr. Victor Freeze. If he were to pop up in the
Probably
sequel,
not.
though, Gotham is flooded, which would make it easier to freeze. Pattinson, meanwhile, is hoping to see the Court of Owls in the sequel.
I would say the Court of Owls is merely a legend.
A legend we are, but one rooted in fact.
Since this movie was heavy on conspiracies that go all the way to the top, the Court of Owls might be the next logical step. Maybe the unnamed prisoner has a connection to the court and will recruit the Riddler. Given
That
the
would be
Riddler's state of
terrifying. This
mind,
movie's already
we also
terrifying.
wouldn't
They
be
don't
surprised if this
imagine
new
it's
friend
even
were a
more
split
terrifying.
personality. Although that's really more of a Two-Face thing.
Fear. That's how we get respect. Show them all that we do things. We should be fair, though. This is a place of justice, after all.
Whoever the unnamed prisoner is,
I love
we're
Arkham so
reportedly
much.
getting at least 2 Batman sequels and 2 HBO Max spin-offs.
2?
One series will focus on the Gotham City Police
Yo.
Department, which we find isn't completely corrupt, but still likely has some
Nah, it's
crooked
corrupt.
cops on the boss
It's
payroll.
bad.
Oh, he's not involved.
How do you know? He's a vigilante.
The other series shines the spotlight on Penguin, which could depict his ascension to power after the flood, or even explore his early days in crime. We also think there's real potential for a series centered on Zoe Kravitz's Selena Kyle, who departs
Oh, please,
from Gotham and
please. Give me that. You know, Penguin, I don't care. You know, I don't care. You know, he got whopped like 50 times in this movie. The police force, Africa, you know, they just exist. They just exist. But I want a Catwoman spinoff. I want a Catwoman spinoff. I think she played her over. Man, I need to stop. Yeah, no. Catwoman spinoff, please. Warner Bros. Or DC or whoever, please. Anyone. Just give me this one thing. Keep doing Batman, but give me a Catwoman spinoff. Because at the end of the movie, they do like a Fast and Furious thing where they just literally like go separate ways or whatever. But she could definitely have her own spinoff like show, and it would do amazing. I promise you, it would do amazing.
In the end.
Selena, they'll throw your life away.
Don't worry, honey. I got 9 of them.
Batman remains behind to fight for Gotham, but the ending leaves us with an interesting question. Would Gotham be better off without Batman?
Black.
I mean, it's always a question.
And blue. And dead. All over.
During an interrogation, Riddler tells Batman that he inspired him to unleash hell. Batman says throughout the film that he's vengeance.
Yes. 50 million times.
I'm vengeance.
His word choice comes back to haunt him towards the climax when one armed thug says that he's working on the side of vengeance. Although they have different definitions, both Batman and the Riddler seek vengeance throughout the film. In his quest for vengeance, Batman may have created an even greater threat.
The Riddler is asking for you.
The killer left this for the Batman. Why is he writing to you?
Despite this, Gotham becomes more accepting of Batman in the end. As he rescues several survivors from the flood, Batman is viewed less as a vigilante and more as a savior. If Bruce Wayne hadn't put on the cape and cowl, though, would there have been a flood to save people from?
If you are justice,
That's always going to be a question. 100%.
please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
Post-credit scene presents us with one last question. On a computer screen with the Riddler's
Yeah.
signature
I actually
green
searched this
font,
up.
it reads, "Goodbye," before the screen glitches out. It's safe to say that this won't be the last we see of the Riddler.
Quite an experience being riddled with questions, isn't it, Batman?
His final message could be hinting at a follow-up plan for after the flood. Since the Riddler either knows or is close to finding out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, we're sure he could do something sinister with that information.
Oh, you're really not as smart as I thought you were. Bruce Wayne.
If the Joker is the unnamed prisoner at Arkham,
I want to point out something they didn't talk about in this video, but basically they do tell us that there is going to be a sequel, because after Riddler says goodbye in the post-credit scenes or whatever, they give a link to a website, and that website has a riddle on it, and when you decode the riddle basically says this isn't the end, along the lines of we'll be back and we're going to play again and stuff like that. So yeah, no, there will be a sequel to this movie, and I am really excited for it, even if it's like a standalone series and doesn't connect to like the DC like Justice League universe or whatever. It's a really good movie and they should keep going with it. Although, you know, it's going to be hard to top this one because this one was 3 hours long and it was like shot perfectly, made amazingly, but yeah.
though, he and the Riddler are sure to differ on one thing. The Riddler always has a plan. Does the Joker look like a guy with a plan?
I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it. You know, I just do things.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo, and be sure to...
Alright, that's a good video. Honestly, it did help me a little bit. I didn't know about like the spin-off shows and stuff like that, but this was a good watch. I think the movie itself was fantastic. So much so that it's brought me out of retirement for reacting. So here I am, just reacting to the Batman ending explained. But yeah, credit to Watch Mojo and everything. But yeah, this was a really good movie. I enjoyed this. I'm gonna buy it, just like I'm gonna buy No Way Home when it comes out. I'm seeing people compare those two movies, and they're completely different movies, and I love them both. So it is what it is. But yeah, no. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. See ya.